Bottlenecks. We all hate them, right? Whether it's your CPU bottlenecking that amazing 1080 Ti you just bought, or it's your RX 550 slowing the crap out of the capabilities of your brand new i3-8350K, bottlenecks suck, and I hate them so very much. And unfortunately, I have to deal with them every single day with my editing PC. Whether it's maxing out all 8 cores on the Ryzen 7 1700 or gobbling up all 32 gigabytes of RAM while video editing, running out of space on my 950 Pro SSD, or having my pathetic NVIDIA GPU running my 3440 by 1440 ultra-wide display, my editing rig is just one massive bottleneck for our video production here at the UFDisciple channel. So, with the help of Wootware and MSI South Africa, we're going to be taking the paltry weakness that is my current editing system, and we're going to be cranking it up to 11. We'll be replacing the Ryzen 7 CPU with the top-of-the-line Threadripper 1950X. We'll be getting rid of that X370 X-Power Gaming Titanium and putting in the X399 Gaming Pro Carbon. We'll be upping the RAM from 32 gigabytes to 64 gigs running at 3200 megahertz. We'll be adding 2 more 960 EVO SSDs and putting them in RAID to alleviate both transfer and storage bottlenecks. Then we'll be chucking that 1060 Ti that's in there, and we'll be using the top-of-the-line RX Vega to help run the FreeSync 100Hz display, as well as help us out with some amazing compute performance. But then we also have to get rid of the 650 watt power supply that's currently in there and ramp it up to 850 watts to give us plenty of overclocking headroom. And then finally, of course, we'll be adding a couple more RGB fans to increase the performance another 1,000-fold. Oh man, I am excited for this, guys. The only thing that we'll be keeping is my custom painted Chrome Fantex Enthoo Evolve chassis and then the RGB fans that are currently in the system. Otherwise, everything has to go. Threadripper, Vega 64, 3 NVMe drives, all of my bottlenecks will now be gone. So let's start building my editing rig upgrade. You know what? The system is completely constructed and everything turns on, but you know, I see it and I just think, that's not enough RGB. There's not enough lighting in here. The fans, they don't do effects. It's not fun. In fact, one of the fans is already even dead, the RGB part of it. The fan works, but there's no lighting. What am I supposed to do? I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna upgrade. We're gonna even upgrade the fans. I said that we were keeping the fans at the beginning. You know what? These just came into the country, and I'm gonna use them.
She is now set up and working like a dream. I'm already editing the beginning part of this video, and I can tell you that this system is worlds smoother. I did some test renders with my previous video on Vega's mining potential, and this PC definitely trounces the previous Ryzen 7 system. For 1080p renders, it's 10% faster than the previous setup, and for 4K rendering, it's a 17% increase. And just for fun, I decided to test Threadripper with a 1080 Ti to see some render differences, and they're basically identical. Vega is 5 seconds faster at 1080p, and the 1080 Ti is 15 seconds faster at 4K, but they're both worlds better than the 1060 Ti I was using previously, saving me over 5 minutes on my 4K renders. But the main thing that I knew that I needed for my editing over render times was the extra horsepower of Threadripper. Having those extra 8 cores and 16 threads over my Ryzen 7 CPU makes a tremendous difference when it comes to scrubbing through the timeline on Premiere Pro. The way that I've had to edit my videos was to drop the preview resolution to 1/4 of 1080p because I always edit my videos at 4 times speed rather than previewing it in real time. But even at a 1/4 resolution, all of the cores on the 1700 would be maxed out every time I tried to watch through the timeline at ultra speed. The 1950X, however, turns through 1080p at 4 times speed with little to no issue, only utilizing between 30 to 70% CPU usage depending on how many effects are applied on the clip. I love it so much. Let's not forget the extra speed on the 960 EVO drives. 1 terabyte of RAID 0 storage, reading at over 6 gigabytes per second and writing at over 4 gigabytes per second. It's literally not even an issue to drag any of my footage from one drive to the other. And before anyone comments on the instability of RAID 0, I'm aware, and I already have a regular automatic backup set up on my project files to my FreeNAS, so I'm covered there. There shouldn't be any important data loss on projects. Overall though, I am happy. There's a few things that I want to tweak, such as maybe upgrading to an AIB partner Vega card and possibly upgrading the storage on my primary drive to a 960 Pro, but I can tell you that this system is legitimately the fastest editing rig I've ever had the pleasure to use, and everything that was plaguing me for editing last week is now officially pushed back to a different bottleneck. Because every system slows down somewhere, right? Anyways, I just want to give a big thank you to MSI South Africa and Wootware for helping me out with the parts for this editing rig. MSI helped me with the X399 Gaming Pro Carbon, and Wootware supplied everything else besides the Vega GPU and the RGB fans. But if you want to build a beastly rig like mine, or something a bit more consumer and budget friendly, Wootware should be your go-to place to woot up your next rig. From their epic selection of products, to their ultra competitive prices, to their world-class customer support, Wootware has everything you need to either slap some RGBs in your PC or do a full-out upgrade. So if you're in South Africa, head on over to wootware.co.za to woot up your computer. Their link will be in the video description. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap this video up there. Now that I've been able to construct basically what is my dream editing rig, I wanna know what your rig dreams are. What would be the ultimate, although practical system that you would want? I say practical because there's always that one person who says they want the quadruple Xeons with the quadruple Quadros, so let's keep it real. Anyways, let me know what your dream rig is down in the comments or over on Twitter. I'm at UFDisciple. Be sure to smash that like button if you enjoyed my editing rig upgrade video. Subscribe to stay up to date on all of our tech-related content. I am Brett with the UFDisciple channel, and I'll see you all in the next video. Cheers.